Okay. Beat 'em. I'm gonna show y'all boys where I'm from, man. I'm from that.
We back to back. Big Boss, K-Po, talk, boxing. Fucking I said, little review, two times no less. Could be put do the life yourself. Caught him in the fall, I me matter. Peak game, 84s on West Swing. All right, look. So, man, I made a video, Tim Zoo, talking about the Terrence Crawford Canelo fight. Of course, a lot of these dudes, man, they crying in the comment section. You already know which ones it is. The Bud Booty Warriors. Oh, you're hating? You're hating on him. They writing in all caps. You didn't say this when Errol was linked to Canelo. You wasn't saying this now, Bud. They always want to try to paint this narrative like we hating on Bud, bro. I told you, and I made countless videos when I said this. I've said a couple things. Nobody asked for this fight. Okay? Nobody asked for Terrence Crawford to fight Canelo Alvarez. Right? Just like nobody asked for Errol to fight Canelo Alvarez. Nobody asked for that. Right? When they originally made that idea, I said I like the fight for Errol because he gonna get paid and it's gonna take him to another level financially. Right? It's gonna add to his resume. I said, but I don't like the fight stylistically. I don't like the weight class jumping, right? And around that time, Canelo was at 160, right? When they start mentioning it. Now, granted, another time they mentioned it when Canelo was at 168, but Canelo was at 160. Errol was at 147, right? When they first start mentioning it, right? When it was brought up. So, I wasn't a fan of the fight. As far as just stylistically, I didn't sit there and say, oh man, Errol could win. I said I would favor Canelo. I said I think Errol would have some spurts in there, but I said I would favor Canelo. Just like I'm saying about Terrence Crawford. Terrence Crawford gonna have some success in there against Canelo, but Canelo gonna beat him. I said that. I said there are weight classes for a reason, right? That's just what it is. It's all depending on the punch resistance of Crawford. Because everybody talk about what Crawford could do. And he could do this. He could spin on his head. He can lean with it and rock with it. He could do all this stuff. It's like, okay, cool, he could do that. But how he gonna deal with them punches when he get hit? He gonna get hit. Right? So how he gonna deal with that? How he gonna deal with them punches? When he getting hit, right? And he get caught with some shots. Not one shot. He get caught with a couple shots. How he gonna deal with that? He had his hands in his pockets against Majimov. Understand that, right? He talking about, man, I gave Majimov 2 rounds and blah, blah, blah. Bro, I'm getting going there. People who follow my channel know how I felt about that fight. I don't need to go into detail. All I'm saying at the end of the day, it's a different weight class. I've told y'all personally, I've sparred dudes when I was an active amateur fighter. I've sparred dudes, bro, that were like better than me. They was smart. They was at lower weight classes better than me, like way better than me. You know what I mean? I always try to spar guys better than me, right? Because they help you get better. That's what it's about. Getting better, right? I'm not a dude. That's why I said, when I be telling y'all I'm run for no smoke, it's like I like to get put in situations, pause, where I'm uncomfortable and I gotta figure it out. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm sparring this little small dude who got more skills than me, who faster feet, got more boxing IQ, and I'm landing on him and I'm neutralizing him and he ain't doing what he normally do, because I'm bigger and naturally I'm a power puncher. I actually sparred dudes bigger than me, right? When I fought at one, let me tell you something. I'm not trying to make this about me. When I fought 178 in the amateurs, I used to spar dudes that was 250, almost 300 pounds. Why? To deal with the power aspect, right? The power aspect of getting hit, right? So when I get hit by a dude my size, it was nothing, right? It also helped me with my defense, things like that. But also, I hit hard. So I used to have to spar dudes bigger than me, because dudes my size, when I was hitting them, when I'm landing on them, you know what I'm saying? They couldn't take that power. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about when I was in amateurs, I'm tip-top shape. Right now, I ain't in tip-top shape. I say I'm in decent shape. I could, if I fought today, I could maybe fight in an amateur fight 1 round. Go out to you. 1 round. You know, I'm in decent shape. But when I was active, I was in tip-top shape. When I was in tip-top shape, man, I'm sparring dudes, bro, that's 250, 300 pounds. And I'm dudes that's my size. If I'm landing on them, I'm melting them. So imagine, you know, so when I sit here and say the stuff I'm saying, when it comes to the weight, I'm saying this for not coming from a place of hate. I'm saying this from experience, bro. I've sparred dudes smaller than me. I'm a power puncher. Canelo got power. You landing on this dude that got more skill than you. It's gonna neutralize him, bro. That's what I'm saying. Okay, and people who been in the ring before know what I'm talking about. Okay, if you taking flush shots, pause, from a guy who got power at a bigger weight class, it's gonna make you keep your hands in your pockets. That's just how it is. I'm telling you, Canelo start landing on that man, I'm telling you. Now, granted, it all depends on how Bud can take. If Bud can take these punches, it could be a long night for Canelo. It all depends on Canelo, really. If Canelo can land on Bud, and also if Bud can take them punches, that's how the fight gonna go. If Bud can't take them punches, it'll be a long night for Bud. If Bud can take them punches, right, he can win on points. Because y'all remember, Canelo got stamina issues. Bud don't have stamina issues. But, here's a big but caveat in there. He don't have stamina issues with dudes in them smaller weight classes. When you got a big dude in there and he landing on you, you know what I'm saying? Because I've told you, I'll spar dudes smaller than me. They be in tip-top shape. And then we get in there. You know what I mean? We get in there and I'm landing on, I'm going to the body, boom, straight right to the solar plex, slip, hook to the body, hook to the head, slip, roll, hook to the body. He breathing hard. He try to conserve his energy, so he not throwing punches. Now, you know, he holding the phone. You know what I'm saying? He here with it. I'm telling you, bro. I'm not telling you this because, oh man, I don't like Crawford like y'all buddies be trying to make up. I'm telling this from experience, bro. Like, I've sparred dudes smaller than me. I'm telling you. And they were in tip-top shape, way better than me, had high boxing IQ, faster hands, faster feet, everything. But when you get in there with a dude that's bigger than you and he know what he doing, he don't fight your type of fight, he fight his fight, and he landed on you, it take a lot out of you more than a dude your size. Especially if the dude got power. So that's why I'm looking at this fight and I'm like, I want Crawford to win, but I'm like, man, Canelo, is he as skillful as Crawford? No, but he got skills, and he got power, and he's strong. Do he got good feet? No. But he gonna touch Crawford, pause. And when he touch him, how's Crawford gonna handle that power? We can speculate all day and say, oh, Crawford's gonna walk through it. But history shows different, bro. So that's all I'm saying. You know, y'all can speculate and say, oh, Crawford's gonna walk through those punches. Canelo, we can speculate all day. I hope he can walk through the punches. I told you, I'm tired of Canelo. Right? He holding up a whole division. But all I'm saying at the end of the day is, bro, it's like, we gotta be honest, right? Another thing, y'all talking about, oh, this fight is gonna be the biggest fight in boxing history. Where? In China? Where? How's this gonna be the biggest fight in history when ain't nobody asked for this fight? Nobody. Okay? How's this gonna be the biggest fight in history when nobody asked for this fight? Nobody. Nobody who asked for this fight. Nobody who asked for Terrence Crawford and Canelo. Nobody, baby. Nobody asked for that, bro. All y'all old heads, let me know who sing that song. Who sing that song? But I'm just saying, bro, like, we trying to sit here and act like we asked for this fight. We asked for Mayweather-Pacquiao. We asked for that. We asked for Mayweather-De La Hoya. We asked for that, right? We asked for Canelo Triple G. We asked for that. We asked for Errol. We begged and asked and pleaded for Errol Spence versus Terrence Crawford. We asked for that. We begged and we asked for Tank Davis versus Ryan Garcia. We asked for that, right? We were asking for Tank versus David Haney. We still ain't got it. But these mega fights are what the fans wanted. This ain't what no fans wanted. This is what Turkey wanted, right? And Turkey made it happen for Terrence Crawford. So Terrence Crawford can get paid, right? All this is for. Because Terrence Crawford is his favorite fighter. Nobody asked for this. So when y'all sit here putting in my comment section, my videos, oh, this is going to be the third. Where? Who asked for this? Who was sitting there asking for Terrence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez? When? Who was asking for? Name a fan. Name what mega fan base or any fan base that said, you know what? Terrence Crawford needs to fight Canelo. No, this did become a thing till Terrence Crawford, Shakur Stevenson start talking about that stuff. Terrence Crawford was sitting there saying years ago that he capped out at 154. He wasn't mentioning no Canelo. Terrence Crawford was like, man, I want to fight the best fights at 154. I want to fight Jermell Charlo. I want to fight at 154. That's what he was saying. And then I think Shakur, he mentioned, he was the first person I heard say, oh, Terrence could beat Canelo. Then Terrence start sipping the Kool-Aid. Yeah, I could beat Canelo. Yeah, I want Canelo. Canelo. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then next you know, he talked it into existence. Now he finna fight Canelo. But I'll say this here. Y'all talking about this finna be the third mega fight and all this other stuff. How this gonna be the biggest fight and how are they supposed to be having all these tour dates when they don't even know where they fighting at? Let me say that again. I said, how they gonna sit there and basically say that this gonna be the third largest fight in boxing history. But I said, y'all don't got nowhere to fight. You, Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, can I get a witness? Don't know where they gonna fight at. I said, for the slow people in the back, how are they gonna sit there and say this is the third largest fight when they don't have nowhere they gonna fight at? I'm telling you, can I get a witness? Where they fighting at, bro? I'm sorry, I had to preach. Where they fighting at? Where they fighting at? What mega fight do you know in boxing history had trouble openly? Right? They supposed to be fighting in September. They don't even know where they fighting at. We in June right now. They agreed to fight, contract signed, sealed, delivered, but where they fighting at? They don't even know what network they gonna fight at. Turkey was talking to Netflix. Netflix, they said that was a horrible meeting, right? They said Turkey was tripping. So they said, nah, we ain't doing that, right? Now, granted, most likely they gonna fight on the zone because Turkey LSC partially holds a stakeholder in the zone. He's a partial stakeholder in the zone. So he owns the zone, right? He owns a portion of it. So most likely he's gonna probably be on the zone, right? A network he owns, right? So, but my thing is, where are they fighting at? They don't have a promoter to host the event. They don't have, but I tell you, man, what mega fight you seen in boxing history went through this much trouble, right? And the crazy thing is, Terrence Crawford went through the same thing with Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? It's just messy. Every time Terrence Crawford is involved with some type of a mega fight, it get messy. Why is that? Why he just can't sit there and be like, you know what, I want to fight. He so-called say that, man, I want the best fights, I want to do this. But it's always drama with him. It's always messy. It's never just easy. Like, okay, cool, I want to fight. When he went to fight Errol, I want to walk out last. I want more money. I want this, I want that. If you were so sure you was going to beat Errol, why did you need to walk out last? Why did you need all these antics? You got to fight. Just get in there and whoop that boy. Beat the brakes off of him and reap the benefits. He's reaped the benefits now, right? Because Errol gave him whatever he wanted. Errol said, you know what? I don't care. I'll give you $1 million in my pocket. You can walk out last. I don't care. I just want to fight. He gave Terrence everything he wanted. Every time it's a mega fight, right? And it's only been 2 mega fights that Terrence Crawford so-called has been a part of. The Errol Spence fight, that was messy. Not this way. It's like, brother, just fight your fight, bro. Never in boxing history, you didn't hear stuff like this going on with Floyd and any of his fights. You didn't hear, because Floyd gonna tell you straight up, you don't take this, you don't want to fight. He even said that. He said, hey, man, we're going to do this. I don't want to do that. Well, you don't want to fight. And he moved on to the next. If I Canelo, I'll be like, look, man, I don't got time for this stuff. What we doing? We going to fight or not? We not going to, I'll give him to a deadline. Hey, we going to, but granted, Canelo signed to Turkey LSC. He's selling his soul for $1. So, he getting prostituted over there. So he got to do what Turkey say, or Turkey going to run up on him with them sheets. Turkey a mob boss. He got them sheets. He be, like, bro, I'm telling you. You start hearing that, my homeboy, he fought in Afghanistan, and y'all who've been at war know what I'm talking about, who fought in that war, and salute to all my soldiers. He says when he hears that, it gives him PTSD. So when he hears, so I be messing with that boy, man. I'll walk up to that boy and be like, and he be like, bro, stop playing, right? Now, granted, he's seen people die, he was in the army, he was on the front lines. Salute to all my soldiers, though, who fought, who fight for our country, man, real talk. But all I'm saying at the end of the day is Turkey Combs, that's what I call him, run up on Canelo, right? But all these talks about this gonna be the biggest fight, everybody wants to see this fight, and nobody asked for this, bro. Nobody asked for this fight. Who asked for it? Who asked for it? Who? Snoop Dogg voice. Who asked for it? Who asked for it? Come on, man. Stop playing, bro. I'm tired of this stuff, man. It's like, bro, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Now, to get on a serious note, like I say, I try to entertain y'all by speaking the truth in boxing, right? I just want relevant fights. To me, boxing is dead. I feel like Turkey LSC killed boxing. I'm not gonna lie to you. That whole era building up a fighter, and that's done with. So, I feel like boxing is dead. I just want relevant fights. I just want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. That's what I want. I just want to wake up one day and see Canelo versus David Benavidez. I don't care to see Canelo versus Terrence Crawford. I told y'all that. I'll watch it, but if I'm at work, I'm not finna take off work to watch the fight. I don't really care about it. I'll watch it, but like I say, I gotta not be doing nothing. If I gotta go to work that day, I'm gonna be at work. I don't care. I'm not watching it. You know what I mean? It's just like, I don't really care for the fight. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is. If they not David Benavidez, if they not in Canelo weight class and they not a top fighter, I don't want to see it. That's what it is. Like this whole time, Jamal Charlo, Canelo, I don't want to see it. Jamal Charlo is coming off of, yeah, he got a knockout win, but he ain't up there yet. You know what I'm saying? I want to see David Benavidez versus Canelo. That's it. That's the only fight we want from Canelo. Canelo can retire after that. Because I don't want to see him in no other fights. Just David Benavidez. That's the only fight the public wants him. Bro, I watched I'm part of a boxing forum. And I'm not going to tell y'all what it is. Some of y'all I will, but later. And we talk boxing in there. Everybody says the same thing I'm saying. We want to see Canelo versus David Benavidez. That's it. That's the fight we want. We want that fight. I don't care about Canelo versus Terrence Crawford because it's not a relevant fight. It's not a fight that enhances boxing. You know what I mean? It don't do anything for the sport. You know what I'm saying? Like, it does nothing. Like, it's retarded. Like, it's just Turkey Al-Sheikh pulling power moves. That's it. That's all he doing. He just made a power move for his favorite fighter. Y'all remember, he says Terrence Crawford is his favorite fighter. That's his favorite fighter. He said, Terrence Crawford, my brother, is my favorite fighter. But they couldn't hold my hand, my brother. Hold my hand. Hold my hand. Which was weird to me. I'm like, and Terrence walking with him. I'm like, bro, what you want, bro? And I don't want to hear that stuff about, oh, that's how they do it over there. Bro, I went to Africa, which is a different continent. But, where I was at, they kind of got some of the same, like, values, right? And all that stuff they was trying to do, hey, no, I don't do that. Nah, bro, you good. Respectfully, nah. And that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? Like, like, nah, bro, I'll let my brother who my hand. No, hey, man, I won't do that with you. You know what I'm saying? Much respect to you, though. Now, granted, you can't do too much talking over there because then, they're going to, you American, they assume all Americans got money. But all I'm saying at the end of the day is that nobody wants to see this fight, okay? Nobody asked for this fight. Nobody cares. How is this going to be the biggest fight in boxing history? Or third largest fight? How? How is this going? I don't understand it. You know what I'm saying? And if it was, Terrence Crawford would be getting more money than what he getting. He getting what all other Canelo opponents done got. $10 million. Edgar Berlanga got $10 million. Hammer Gia, $10 million. John Ryder, $10 million. They all get $10 million. Jamal Charlo, $10 million. That's the minimum that he gonna give you. You know what I'm saying? So, come on, man. But y'all let me know what y'all think, though. I was gone.